Hello, everyone. I am Susie Kwok. Thank you for taking some time to listen to my health talk. May I introduce myself is that I live in San Francisco for over 50 years. I was born in China. And by profession, I was a CPA and I have an MBA degree from UC Berkeley. How I got into the health area is because both my two sons and myself, my husband, about 30 years ago, we faced a lot of health challenges. And we were on a lot of medications. I was diagnosed by the doctor, hormone out of balance. I have extreme dry skin. I suffer over 10 years of allergies. And both my children have skin eczemas, asthma, you name it. These are the common challenges everyone facing nowadays. So I decided to pick up nutrition. And so it's been about 20 some years. I study nutrition. I listen to very good teachers, doctors, health nutritionists. And also for 20 years, I've been working with many, natural foods, health supplements, all vitamins, the first generation back like 30 years ago. And I learned a lot all these years, and I really thank God that God gave me the wisdom about how to get ourselves and our family in shapes and know what our bodies need, and then we will be a very intelligent consumer to protect our family. So tonight, I want to share with you some nutritional wisdoms, and probably I'm the only person sharing these types of wisdoms with you. So after you understand what your body needs, you will be so wise to go to the market, buy the right food to eat, to feed your family. And if your body needs some special supplement, sure, there are good supplements on the market, okay? So first of all, I just want you to know our body needs essential nutrition. Now, what is essential? Essential, these are the nutrients that you must take it daily. Otherwise, your body will be deficient in due time. Now, we'll look at protein, okay? Protein, everyone knows chicken, pork, beef, eggs, beans. We get many sources of proteins, and there are 8 called essential amino acids. And these are the essential amino acids that you must consume and via food. And then if you have a good digestion system, your liver will make the other 11 amino acids. Assume you're going to have a lot of other, it's a complex, chemistry in your body. But that's what I meant essential. You must have the good 8, and then your body will make the rest. Now, this is the problem. Nowadays, we don't lack of food. In fact, every one of us go to sleep with a full stomach. And if we eat so much, why after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, some people suffer cancer, heart attack, diabetes, and some sort of chronic illnesses, okay, like high blood pressure. Now, most of us today in our diet, we consume too much protein. And because everyone thinks, we need to build up muscles, and we hear a lot of people talking about it, and sure, protein are needed by children, growing children, or if you are an athlete, or if you do extreme, very, physical jobs, okay? You need a little bit more. But for most of the people, if you work in an office or you're kind of like already over 50 years old, you really don't need too much proteins, okay? According to nutritionists, the size of your palm is about the daily consumption of your protein, okay? 1 day, okay? Now, today many people suffer kidney disease, okay? And usually, I tell you what, many of these people really don't need to suffer too much. Now, I know the Asian community consume way too much because we're always making meat soups, and which is very, very bad for the kidneys. So I cannot tell you enough, but all I can tell you, I studied under a kidney surgeon, doctor in America, and he had operated over 10,000 kidneys. And he said, there's nothing wrong with those kidneys that he removed. The only thing happened in those kidneys, they are blocked up, okay? Consuming too much, or your body just not converting them. So anyway, that's protein. And this is the reason why on the market, a lot of protein drinks, a lot of protein supplement. I mean, a big thing right now is collagens. I mean, some of them good, but do you need it? You have to decide, okay? So this protein, a lot of these products out there, good for some people, may not be good for some, okay? Now, minerals. We all know we need minerals. I mean, I tell you what, we are recommended every day to take 5 vegetables and 2 fruits. And we need those fibers and we need those minerals. And sure, today, if you look around, yes, there are pesticides and there are chemical fertilizers. The soils are depleted with their nutrients. Therefore, some of us, because of the busy life, we probably don't have time to sit down and eat too many vegetables and fruits. Therefore, there are a lot of supplements out there, and you will see some people buy them and take them, add it to their daily diet. They get good results. And some probably don't need it, because I eat organic. So, I mean, if I concentrate on my 5 vegetables and 2 fruits, I probably get pretty good nutrition. So, like I say, there are a lot of these supplements on there. Now, today, I want to concentrate on essential fatty acids. Now, essential fatty acid is what, by the name, essential. You must take it. If you don't take it, you will be deficient. Now, omega-3 and 6. To some people, been on the supplement market, they probably taking some sort of oil capsule supplement every day, which is good. And but in general, 95% of the people out there are not taking any, or they don't even know what is essential omega-3 and 6. And there are people ask me, well, what about olive oil cold press? I say it's good, and it's 9, it's omega-9. And if you have 3 and 6, your body will manufacture 9. So omega-9 is not essential, okay? Your body will make it if you have omega-3 and 6. Now, this type of omega-3 and 6 is very difficult to find on the market nowadays because it's not that profitable, okay? Essential fatty acids, equivalent, I call it maybe oil or fats, okay? But it's called good oil, good fats. So you must need it every day. You don't take it, I'm pretty sure you are very deficient and you might be suffering cholesterol problem, you might be suffering all kinds of inflammations, headache here, joint pain there. Big thing coming up now is all these people suffering rheumatoid arthritis. All these are related with not taking essential fatty acid. You're not getting your good oils every day. Now, let me explain why it's so important. In our body, every cell, okay, we have about 60 trillion cells in our body. Every cell has a membrane. And this membrane wraps around the most important part of the cell, the DNA, and also the very important parts of the cell that kind of keep us going, okay, and also for cell duplication, regeneration. Now, this layer of membrane is expanded here that you can see this yellow strip, okay, is cholesterol. It's about 55%. I mean, you can see it. It's about 1/2 of the size on the membrane. This is called cholesterol. 55% of your cell membrane is cholesterol. Now, you think of it, the cell membrane is like our skin, okay? Our outer layer skin is the big membrane wrapping up our organs, heart, liver, kidney, intestine. Now, you ever, I'm sure most of us eat chicken, you kind of take off the skin because we are very fat conscious nowadays, right? And you see all this fat stuff right under the skin. Okay, so we need 55% good cholesterol, part of our membrane, our skin. Now think of it. What is good cholesterol? Where is cholesterol coming from? Okay, and I would explain to you. Now, just think, most of people suffering cholesterol problem nowadays. In USA, each year, the cholesterol pills is about $8 billion business. 8 billion. A lot of people popping cholesterol pills every day and don't even know how it started. Okay? Now, this membrane, you are required to have good cholesterol so that nutrition can go through inside the cell, and then the internal toxins, okay? They need those dead tissue toxins need to be released via the membrane so it can deposit into your bloodstream via lymph glands so it can be detoxed every day. But can you imagine if you have bad cholesterol? I mean, we all have, and this membrane is kind of hardened. You ever see this pork fat or cow? You're eating some steak, you see all that fat, hardened, white, the white stuff. If this membrane is kind of hardened with the bad fat, the bad one, okay, you can see nutrition get trouble going in and toxin cannot leave too easy. I know some people, when they go exercise, they cannot sweat. No sweat come out through the skin. Why? It's blocked. Okay, so just think of it. Remember, this 55% good cholesterol needed on your skin membrane. Take a look at the baby. I mean, the baby, all baby, newborn baby have beautiful skin. And the skin is soft, okay? And according to all the studies, when the mother is pregnant, from the first day till the baby's 20 years old, okay, the first 20 years, all the baby fat come from the mother. In other words, the mother is responsible for giving all the good fat to the baby. And then from 30, 40, after 40 years old, your body would, the fat content in your body would drop, reduce 1% every year. So normally when you get to 50 years old, 60 years old, you notice your skin is dry. And ladies will go out and buy some good skin supplement and ointment to lubricate the skin. Now, children never need it because the skin is beautiful. They don't need body lotion. Why? The fat already enough. Today, so many young girls, and I give you warnings, if you are conscious of going on a diet, getting all the low-fat, non-fat food at such a young age, you will be deficient of fat, period. Whether it's bad fat or good fat, okay? Nobody has too many good fat except bad fat. So, but even when you don't have enough good fat, you better have some bad fat too, because you need it, okay? Now, another organ that very critical is the brain. By weight, the brain tissue is about 60% fat. Okay? Now, it should be good fat. But today, because we're not eating any good fat, every one of us suffering some sort of a mental deficiency. I mean, according to the World Health Organization, it's estimated about 10 years from now, 10% of the world population will suffer some sort of depression. And we all heard about the Alzheimer's disease explosion coming because the baby boomers, okay? And there was a newspaper early this year in Hong Kong mentioned about our brains are shrinking. And this is a fact. Imagine our brain needs so many fat and we're not even feeding ourselves with this type of good fat. It is shrinking every day, honestly. Now, when I was small, I remember my mom used to make me this cow brain soup. Because my mom wants me to have, smart, right? So I was taking those cow brain soup and it tastes good, very soft. Not knowing about, I guess when I grown up and then people say, oh no, don't eat those brains. Those are too high cholesterol. You see? Too much animal fat in the brains. Now, put it this way. If I don't have good fat, I better get some bad fat too. So I guess maybe that's why I thank God my brain is functioning very well. You know what? I think the generation that I'm real concerned nowadays are the children's. You know what? In USA about 2 years ago, the FDA has given the permission to doctors to prescribe mental drugs to children at 8 years old and up. And this is unheard of, okay? 8 years old children can take mental drugs. This is serious business. This is from our USA FDA statement. And in short 2 years, over 4 million prescription drugs has been given to children 8 years old and up. I mean, I'm sure it's happening all over the world. We hear so many autism kids, we hear so many overactive kids, and it's mainly hitting the boys. And it's a serious matter. And all I can tell you, I will try to touch on a little bit, but think of it this way. The skin, remember what I just said? Our skin membrane is 55% good cholesterol. You know how many people suffering some sort of skin disorders today? About 30%. Okay, about 30%, probably more on the children area. Suffer eczema. I mean, the older people probably dermatitis. You name it. Even acne is part of it. Boils. I mean, many people suffering skin disorders, dry skin. Okay, I tell you what. Think about when we're not eating any good oils, dry skin will come automatic. And now, because of worse, when someone's suffering skin problem, I tell you what, I discover it's relating to the brains too. Because I've been on the health business for over 20 years. I visit many homes that have children that have mental problem, and I normally will ask. Give you one example. I met this Korean grandmother. She had 2 grandkids. One is 4 years old, one is 6 years old. Both of them have been diagnosed with nerve problem, mental problem. Okay, confirmed by the neurologist. And then when I met this grandmother, she asked me, is there anything to help the grandchildren? And I shake my head. I said, probably not. They're born with it. Then I only asked the grandma, I said, how about your daughter? I mean, your daughter or your son-in-law, do they have any skin disorders? And the grandma kind of like shocked. And she answered me, her daughter has eczema during the teenagers. And then she got married at age 30. And you see the relationship? Skin problem and brain problem for the next generation. Your body works together. All the organs work together. When your skin don't have enough good fat, it's going to try to borrow from where? The biggest organ, your brain. Nowadays, people are so talking about stress. No, if your brain has good oil, we have stress from day one. So just go check around. If you have any friends, the kids are suffering this skin problem, just go ask the parents. or anybody have cholesterol in the family, they're all related with bad oil, okay? So, big thing. Because our brain is so lacking with good oil, I mean, you can see the oil, the fat matter in the brain is kind of hardened, just like these, hardened fat. Today, people suffer a lot of pains, and these are chronic pains, simple headaches, some sort of a pain on the joint, muscle pain, and then the pain won't go away. Instead of taking one aspirin, people take like 5 aspirins a day. It's very common now, and young people too. Why? Look at, I think for the past 30, 40 years, ever since McDonald's started business, Kentucky Fried Chicken started the business, they're a good business. I mean, French fry, popular. I think children with teeth already eating French fry. Potato chips. I mean, you think of it. We have been eating so much oxidated, bad oil food. They taste good, but watch out. So, people, you got to understand, your brain is the pain controller. I mean, you fall down or you cut yourself, you felt the pain. And it's the brain is the one that take care of it. So guess what? You go see the doctor give you some painkillers or you take some aspirin. It does work. The pain goes away. How? It goes into your brain and numb it. Kind of numb your brain tissue so that you don't feel the pain. That's it. All the healing comes from your own internal organ. The pain pill only give you temporary relief. It's not going to do you any good for long term. But guess what? In USA now, FDA is asking the drug company, please come up with some non-addictive painkillers pills. You know what? When you're on the pain pill so much, you become addicted. 1 pill won't work anymore, you take 5 pills. 5 pills won't work, you take 6 pills. And it's true, we all have to go to work. And you cannot go to work when you have pain. But it's up here though. So if you build your brain up with good oil, you take care of your brain, the nutrition-wise, your pain tolerance level will be increased. And your body will heal in 2-3 days. Okay? So I tell you what, big time. Alzheimer's disease, we all know. Now, enough just to tell you, share you the skin, is good oil, your membrane, every cell's in your body. Why we're eating all these bad oil? You probably say, hey, all the oils are selling in the supermarket. If it's bad, they wouldn't sell it. Well, I'm sorry. You just don't understand what kind of oil you're buying at the supermarket. Most of the oil, I would say, unless you shop in the health food. Otherwise, most of the supermarket oils you buy today, they are refined, they are oxidized. Okay, they are eating oils, but they're oxidated. They're processed, overly processed. You see, when I was young, I'm 62 years old. When I was young, this is like back 50, 60 years ago, I would have to go buy oils for my mother. I could take the oil jug and then go to the shop, and they press the peanut oil, and then they fill up the oil in the jar, and they're freshly pressed. And it will be good for like about 1-2 months. Then after about 2 months, it is oxidated, it rancid, it smells. And then my mom would throw it away, and I had to go buy it again. Now today, we're all living in the city. We're a city person. Okay, we cannot afford to go buy pressed oil. And put it this way, no one even sell you pressed oil, freshly pressed, because it's not a profit-making business. So guess what the oil company do? They press the oil from the sesame or the peanuts and soybean, and then they have to deodorize it. They have to bleach it. They have to add preservative on it. So that when you buy a gallon of oil from the supermarket, you go home, cook, and it will be good after even 1 year. They're good cooking oil. Okay, oil, cooking, but they're not good oil to nourish your brain. So consequently, when our liver, every day eating all the yummy food, okay, French fry, potato chip, pretty soon your liver is dried up. When your liver is dried up, guess what? Liver inflammation. Many inflammation, fatty liver, psoriasis, hepatitis, you name it, it's on the rise. People wonder why. When you don't have good oil, omega-3 and 6, the tissue, the membrane will go inflamed. Okay? So, especially if it's for women, very serious. Because when your liver is not in shape, your liver cannot balance the hormone. Okay? Your body secretes hormones, estrogen. And if your liver cannot neutralize it, I tell you what, you suffer constipation. You suffer digestive problem. Okay? And also, when you not feeding your good oil or the cells in your liver cannot manufacture good cholesterol. Now, this is where your good cholesterol comes from your own liver. Your liver has to make good cholesterol. You know, many people go see doctor, they take a blood test, doctor say, oh, your good cholesterol need to be improved and your bad cholesterol is kind of high. Oh, just about 90% people suffering that. So, if your liver is not in shape, your liver cannot make good cholesterol. So guess what? Your skin membrane is not getting the good cholesterol. And then your brain's not getting the nutrition. And guess what? You just suffer. You go doctor and doctor give you cholesterol pill. Now another thing I just want to remind everyone, you know, when we eat all these so-called cooking oil, yummy food, the ladies would understand more. You know, when we finish cooking in the kitchen, if we don't clean off the tiles, you know, the area that around the burner, you feel what? The wall, the tiles, sticky. That's because when you're doing all those yummy cooking food, the oil oxidated and it just vaporize it and it's just stick to the wall. And you know, they're so sticky. Okay, you need detergent to clean it out. When you're eating so much of these yummy food, when it goes inside, okay, what's sticky outside is also sticky inside. So guess what? All your red blood cells, they clump together. They all stick together. So when it hits when these sticky kind of, you know, blood try to go through the small capillaries, it's impossible. Okay, it shows up usually when people have triglyceride too high. The doctor, this shows up on your blood test. So it blocks the capillary. And if you look at this heart diagram, we are surrounded with capillaries. You know what? Most of us today, if you're about mid-age, I'm telling you, I guarantee you, at least about 60 to 70% of capillaries are blocked. For the big arteries, right here, these are the big ones. You hear people going through a bypass? Because all the capillaries are blocked, and it's all blocking up the artery too. Now the arteries, the big one, the cholesterol, the heart and fat, will kind of like, you know, block the big artery, and then these sticky blood still can travel somewhat. Still can travel because the arteries are big. Now, many people go to a bypass, whatnot, or balloon, only take care of the big ones. All the small ones already blocked out. I mean, so I'm telling you, you're still waiting a day that you block up again your newly replaced artery. Now, I tell you what, this is so common. If you love yummy food, fried food, and you don't have any good oil intake every day, this is a bomb inside your body. It will blow up with a stroke or heart attack in due time. As I mentioned earlier, your liver filters out excess hormone. Okay, it does a lot to your hormone, balancing your hormone. So if you've been suffering PMS problem or men suffering prostate gland problem, just watch out, because when I studied under this famous nutritionist, Dr. Undo, fat that heal you, fat that kill you. And I used to drink that oil. But when I'm traveling, I cannot because you have to put it in the refrigerator. Like I say, oil, once it's pressed, it will oxidate with oxygen and the light. So oil get rancid very fast, oxidize it with air, oxygen, and light. So that's why when you try to buy good oil, it's very difficult. Now, let me just mention a little bit. The hormone is a big problem today. Hormone is a big problem today. Big problem. Okay? So our liver is suffering, okay? Our liver is suffering because of we don't have good oil. So our estrogen and our testosterone is kind of like not balanced. And have you heard about xenoestrogens? Xenoestrogen is creating awareness nowadays, but some people don't. If you never interested in health talk, never come to any of the health talk, you probably don't know. So I'm telling you, there's a xenoestrogen. It's not the real estrogen that your body internally secrete. This is external. Comes from where? Comes from petroleum oil byproducts, plastics, detergents, soaps, any cosmetics, anything that is made from chemicals, including your medicines, your drugs, all the injections into the chicken, whatnot. I tell you what, everything comes from petroleum oil nowadays, okay? All these, there's 6,000 chemical food additives that are made from petroleum oil byproducts, shampoos, and it can absorb through your skin. And once it gets into your body through food chain or through the using of the daily shampoos or whatnot, it in your body will be turned into xenoestrogen. And that one is like a copy of the estrogen, female hormone, okay? And this is the reason why today women are getting too much estrogen, because these are not internally secreted. These are external, xeno, the fake one from petroleum oil byproduct. By adding all that in through our diet or our daily usage of the shampoo, whatever, it actually is creating a lot of breast cancer, uterus cancer, cervical cancers, anything related to hormone, because it's also oil, but it's petroleum oil. It's not eating oil. It's not from plant, okay? It's not from animal, from chemical. For men, it's really bad. The men supposed to have testosterone. Now, because of the xenoestrogen, it's picking up more female hormone. Guess what happened? It's disturbing the guys, the men, the boys, the baby boys. Okay? It's related to some sort of a mental disorder. Because the hormone, many years ago, America studying why so many children suffering some kind of mental disorder. About 10%, okay? Sex hormone may sculpt our brain as well as our body. Now, all I can tell you is a mystery, but sure enough, nowadays, we're seeing so many children suffering. I think every one of us need to, check it out. Something somehow related with we are exposed to too much of xenoestrogens coming from the petroleum oil byproducts, okay? And we're not having good oil. We need good oils badly. And also today, male sperm count dropping, okay? Many men suffering all kinds of hormone problem too. And ladies, we all know, breast cancer, uterus cancer, there's no end to that, okay? And most important, I tell you what, today we need to be totally aware. Our brain is the master gland of all the endocrine glands, the hormone glands. Our brain is controlling the immune system. So go back, if you need good oils in your brain, 60%. And if you're not taking any sort of good oils today, you understand why you have hormonal problem. You understand why people suffering poor immune system. And there's so many autoimmune diseases that are so popular now, like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis. Doctors cannot explain. Muscle atrophy. I tell you what, it all centers from the brain. And if we understand we need to have good oils every day, a lot of chronic illnesses that we can prevent. So today, I think I just want to give you a little overview. I share a lot of data with you, a lot of information, and I will be coming around to your city to give more specific health talks on hormone, on the brain issues. This is just to be an overview. And thank you so much for watching this DVD. And I hope it just will create your health awareness of eating good oils, omega-3 and 6 every day. Thank you so much. God bless you all.